what's up gamers, Old School Fool here from DOSReviews.com, and as you know, I'm all about the old school, and I have some more old school action for you guys. A few months ago, you guys will remember, we've done quite a bit of, over the past few months in general, a lot of handheld systems for both the Super NES side and for the Sega Genesis sides. I mean, we've done stuff like the original RetroGen system, which was the built-in, well, they had like really cheesy games, but the whole idea of the system is that you have 6 buttons here, and it plays original Genesis cartridges, which is really cool. And it also connects not only as a handheld, but also connects to the TV set. So that was actually a really cool, cool portable that came out. Obviously, it had some problems in regards to sound emulation. It was a little weak on certain points, but it overall is a decent system for its price. I mean, you can't beat it. I mean, compared to a brand new Nomad, or if you can even find a brand new Nomad, or a used Nomad for that matter. But definitely a cool system nonetheless for the RetroGen. And then aside from the RetroGen, there was another system, if you guys remember. It was the Sega Genesis portable handheld by Retrobit, and it was an Ad Games product. Obviously, it was one of the developers, and it had basically had 20 built-in Sega Genesis titles. Now, it's pretty cool for a handheld system. Comes in this nifty little small box, if you guys remember, and it looked like this. And it had 3 buttons across, had TV out, had a battery compartment in the back here, and AV outs so you can connect the TV set, and of course a headphone jack, which was pretty cool. I mean, overall, for the price, you get 20 built-in games. The emulation wasn't bad, and it connected to the TV set, so it was on the go. And honestly, I used this thing driving for literally days on end. So it was pretty decent. I mean, for what it's worth, it's not as cool as a RetroGen because you can't use cartridges and you can't do anything with it, but it was a cool pocket handheld for what it's worth. I mean, it's definitely better than some of the plug-and-play controllers that were out there. Definitely pretty cool. So it had 20 built-in games, only 3 buttons. There's only so much you can do. Get tired with the 20 games, right? Well, guess what? Now Old School's got a new game system for you guys, and this has not been released stateside. And it's called the Gopher. That's right, one of those guys. The Gopher is brought to you by the same guys who made the original portable. Now, if you take a look at it, there's actually a similar but pretty big difference. First, you'll notice the screen size is ridiculously larger. It's not just a little bit larger; it's almost double the size of actually, visually, it's double the size of the original screen. This unit happens to be a little thicker, and this is a little slimmer. Okay, now it's very similar. It obviously has 20 built-in games, the same exact 20 built-in titles that you had before, but there's a lot of notable differences here. The first you'll notice is that it's orange as opposed to the red fillers, and you're probably wondering, well, it's got 6 buttons. Yes, it has 6 buttons. So now we have 6 button play here, and you'll see that not only that, but if I turn the unit right side up, but kind of like sideways, you'll notice something here, and I'll pop it out for you. That's right, it's got an SD card slot, and this is what it's all about, folks. This actually happens to be pretty much the same exact unit, but it's older, bigger, more mature brother, and it has the 6 button capabilities. It's got a built-in lithium-ion battery now, which is fully chargeable via USB. It's got the headphone jack. It's got the volume, same volume controls, and it's got the one speaker, which is louder than the other one. And at first, you'll notice it's a really, really big difference here in the screen size. I'll show you the difference. Now, also, too, a noticeable difference is the actual directional pad. It's obviously bigger, slightly bigger, but the shape is a little more like it's dented out as opposed to concave like the other one. It's a little more like a regular directional on a Genesis controller, which I liked a lot. Okay, and you'll see the same exact games here: Altered Beast, Decap Attack, blah blah, Golden Axe. The other impressive thing is the SD card slot. Well, this is not just a throwaway handheld like the other one was, where it's like, okay, I played the 20 games and done. This actually happens to be something you can upgrade. You can actually drop your own bin files in there. That's right, your own bin files. We had a little bit of an issue getting some of the games to run at first because of the SD card. Now, certain SD cards are very, very finicky, and you're going to need to either format your SD card in a proper format. We used FAT32, which was fine, but you might want to just format it anyway using a tool like the Panasonic tool. Once again, shout outs to Evil Dragon with that. And the other thing is that we noticed that upon putting the card in, it's supposed to create a game folder. But the game folder never got created for us. So we kind of were like, ooh, what's going on? We're getting error read files. But you put the game folder in, just make a folder. And now the goodness about it is well, what does it really look like on a regular TV set? Now, obviously, we have a very scaled TV, so it's going to look, distorted somewhat. The pixels are going to be pulled apart. But let's just take a look and see what the difference is between this and its. So as you connect it to the TV set, you're going to need to make sure that the unit is actually off. So it's going to cut the video here, and you're going to put the AV out. It's the same thing as the original one. It's going to be used for this one. You can use either or. Now, make sure it's off because otherwise it won't show up on the TV set. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll to one of the games that's on this unit right here, and then it's on this unit as well. So we're going to do a little comparison. Let's try Shinobi 3, right? We'll press the start button here. Now it looks pretty decent for being on a screen this size for a handheld. The emulation is fairly decent. Okay, so now let's take a look. Now we're gonna take this one out, jack that out on top, power on like before, and even if you notice the menu itself is actually cleaner. It looks a little more solid. The color is a little more robust. Okay, now I can go to Shinobi 3 here, or I could use the SD card, but I'm going to use the SD card to show you guys. Super Shinobi 2, Japanese. Okay. As you see loading, look at this. Look at the clarity difference. Now we haven't adjusted the audio on this at all. This is just being pumped out of this unit right now. Okay, now I see Japanese, but the color is a lot more solid. We have not touched the audio on this at all. I actually have to start speaking louder now because it's a little brighter. So question is it the same exact emulation? Is it the same hardware? No, not really. Let's just go to the built-in one to see maybe if it's the game or not. The American version, built in. So one was loaded off the SD card, the other was loaded off. The other was loaded off the system. So there you have it. Now, the other interesting thing that we've noticed about testing out this unit is that though it can play a lot of international, it'll also actually play NTSC titles, bin files. It will not, and we've had a lot of problems playing PAL titles. So PAL is not your PAL with this one. It just so happens that it's not going to be able to play PAL titles. If you guys want to check in the DOS Reviews forums, you guys can check there. We want to post the compatibility list, anything we come across. I personally like this unit; it's pretty cool. So. Alright gamers, so that is the Gopher. Now, should you be going for it? Well, I would say so. I'm actually pretty impressed. I like the way it feels. It's got the 6-button layout. Yeah, it is a clone system. I mean, it's not an original Sega Genesis, but, I mean, what are you going to do? Carry a Sega Genesis around with you? It's just not going to happen. This is the most convenient portable for Sega Genesis playing I've seen come in a long time. If you're not looking to spend the kind of money for a Dingu or doing the research for Dingu, this is a very plop and drop scenario. Where you'll definitely be happy. It sounds good, it looks good, it feels good. And for a limited amount of time, you guys can go over to DOSCheap.com, and DOSCheap.com will actually be pre-ordered. It's taking pre-orders now for this item. So it's pretty cool because there's going to be a limited release here in the States, and you're definitely going to want to check it out because it's a DOSCheap.com exclusive. And also, too, guys, if you guys want to find out more about the Gopher, about its capabilities and its drawbacks, definitely check out DOSReviews.com, go in the forums, and there's going to be a thread there you guys can check out on the Gopher if you guys have any questions and any use on it. But we know it's definitely good to go. It's definitely better than the previous little brother versions. And also, once again, if you guys liked and find this, these videos informational, once again, we're an independent, journalist organization for gaming and tech. Please don't forget to make a donation. You guys can do it on the actual pages of DOS Reviews, or go to dosreviews.com/donate, or you can, go to PayPal and actually make a donation by going, just, emailing us at donate@dosreviews.com. All right, gamers. Now, once again, we're actually going to be giving away this particular Gopher. So for anybody who donates, they're going to be entered into the drawing for this item. So for a few bucks, we appreciate your support, and of course, we'll be able to actually get a chance to win this cool little bad boy. All right, and obviously the same exact one we used in the video. All right, guys. Thanks so much, and we'll keep you guys posted. We'll pop out next time with some new information.